What's up guys, it's Jeff with iDownloadBlog. We're going to talk about Springtomize 2. It has been submitted to the Cydia store, so that means it should be there any second, any minute now. So stay tuned for that. It should be out soon. And this one, I'm telling you guys, this one is crazy. I mean, it's so many settings packed into one app. It's just ridiculous. So we're going to talk about Springtomize 2 in depth. This is going to be a really in-depth video walkthrough. I'm going to try to cover pretty much every aspect of Springtomize 2. I won't be like just insanely in depth because there is a very good documentation package included with Springtomize 2, and really I want to key in on that first because the documentation is just that good. It's very verbose. It includes pretty much every aspect of this jailbreak app, from the very beginning in general, animations, capabilities, doc. Every section, every panel included in Springtomize 2 has in-depth documentation that you can key in on if you have any questions or concerns about what a specific button does. So you can go in, for instance, Time Machine, and learn all about the Time Machine settings included with Springtomize 2. So like I said, very verbose documentation. So for that reason, I'm not going to be insanely in-depth, but I'm going to try to cover pretty much every aspect of Springtomize 2 as well as I can, given the allotment of time that we have. We don't want to take all your time, but I'm going to try to touch on pretty much most of the major aspects of Springtomize 2. So let's just get a higher level overview of all the sections, all the panels included with Springtomize 2. There is animations, capabilities, dock, lock screen, icons, folder, app switcher, time machine, status bar, pages, theming, notification center, and more. So it's enough to keep you busy for a very long time. You're going to be in here theming, you're going to be in here tweaking your iPhone to make it just look insane. Pretty much. I mean, if you can make your iPhone look completely different with Springtomize 2. Let's start with animations. Basic stuff here. You have custom duration animations. You have slow motion mode. You have app-to-app transitions, vertical animations, lock animations, OTV sound, like TV tube sound, and TV tube animations. So let's just enable some of these. Let's enable the OTV animation. Let's use the custom screenshot flash. Let's make that blue. And let's go ahead and enable these vertical app transitions. I probably won't show all of them, but I'm just going to enable as much of this as possible just to give you an idea of what to expect. So we're going to go ahead and tap the reload and then hit respring. All right, so now you'll notice the slow motion mode when I go back right here. Watch that, see that? And then you'll see the screenshot flash, which is now blue. And also you'll see the TV tube animation right there. So that's pretty cool. And then you have custom capabilities, which allows you to disable various features of your iPhone like HDR, voice control, multitasking, etc. Let's talk about dock. Dock allows you to change, of course, your dock. You have icons in dock. You can change those. You have the cover flow effect, which you can enable. You can hide the labels. You can hide the dock outright. You can hide the reflection. Use a custom number of icons. Let's change it to 6, or let's change it to 5 here, and go back out and let's respring again and show you our new custom dock here. Notice the cover flow like little feature there. You can actually swipe between those, but it does give you the cover flow like a perspective, I guess you could say. Another thing you'll notice down here is that the dock doesn't have any labels. Any of the app icons that were originally in the dock don't have labels as well. So that's another feature there. So you can see you can really customize every aspect down to minute details on your phone, courtesy of Springtomize. So let's go back out. Let's try lock screen now. What can we disable or enable here? Let's just give it the full shebang here. Let's always show the camera, display the seconds. What else can we do? Hide the knob, the unlock knob. Let's see. Let's add a custom label as well. Let's go down here and enable custom label, and then let's use a custom string, and then we'll type in a custom label. So Springtomize rocks, okay. And let's go back out and respring again, and let's look at our new lock screen. As you can see, there's no knob. There's the custom label, Springtomize. You see the seconds, the camera's already there. So everything's really just customized, as you can see. So we've already customized the dock and its icons. Let's mess with the app icons themselves. The icons panel here, as you can see, there's just an insane amount of options for all the app icons. You have resizing. You can resize the app icons, resize dock icons, hide icons. So you can even hide newsstands. So let's just hide newsstand. That's one thing I want to do. And as you can see here, newsstand is no longer there. I have all my app icon labels disabled. And what else do I have here? I think that may be it. And notice the folder still has an icon label. Let's change that. There is a folders panel also in Springtomize, of course. So let's open up our folders panel, and as you can see, it's just more insanity, more options, a lot more options. You can hide preview, you can disable animation, hide background, hide label, disable badges, auto close. Let's enable auto close, create and dock, use custom number. Let's see, let's make it, I don't know, I don't really want to fool with that. Let's keep that the same here. Let's keep it at 4, and we'll just go with what we have here. So let's go back out and let's reload and respring, and let's see what we get here. And where's our folder? There. Ooh, whoa. So our folder is almost just like a little spot on our phone, and you can see there's no animation whatsoever. And there's also no background, so it removed the background of the folder as well. Let's go back to Springtomize and let's check out our next panel here. Let's what's next? App Switcher. There we go. And App Switcher, as you can tell, has a lot of options as well. Big surprise there. You can have landscape mode. You can start editing once you enable App Switcher. You can disable paging. Start with your iPod. Disable badges, brightness slider, custom icon number. So we can change the amount of icons that appear in our switcher at a time. And then inactive icon handling, you can have it dim the icon for any inactive icons. I'll show you that here in just a second. Let's respring. Let's go back out. Let's enable our app switcher right here, and there you go. So it starts with the iPod, and you can slide over, see paging is completely gone, and then you see all the dim icons indicating that none of these are actually running right now. So let's load up a I don't think that's going to work here. No, that doesn't work. Let's load up an app. Let's find an app on our phone. Let's try Stocks. That'll work here. So let's open Stocks, and now let's open up our app switcher, and you should see it running. There it is. So that is highlighted. It is not dim, indicating that it's running. You can see that all the edit mode functions are right there, so you can delete an app just by opening the app switcher and tapping the red button. No need for jiggle mode. Now here is the app switcher in landscape mode, and it works just as well as portrait mode, so pretty awesome. Let's go back to Springtomize and let's check out status bar. Now, as you guys know, I love modifying my status bar. I love hiding like the clock and the no service or the provider information on my status bar, and this allows you to do that as well. So let's enable time and carrier name, and that should get rid of that no service and get rid of the clock. So let's go back out. I think that's all we want to do. Yeah. How about Bluetooth as well? Okay, so let's go back out, reload, respring, and we should see a clean status bar. There it is, clean status bar. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about any of these tweaks here. So what's next on our plate here in Springtomize? Let's see what we have. There we go, pages. So not a lot of options here, but there really isn't much you can do with pages. These are the page dots that it talks about, so we can remove those. Turn that on, remove page limit, disable spotlight search. So let's do that. And disable paging. That's probably the coolest feature, disable paging here. So let me just show you how that works here. Let's unlock, and you can see spotlight is no longer there. When I swipe over, nothing happens. You can see paging is disabled, so I can be between two pages at the same time there, and it just smoothly scrolls between both, and then the page dots are no longer there as well. So pretty cool. I like that. All right, so we touched on pages. What is the next section we have to touch on here? And that is theming. Now, we won't talk too much about theming because I don't have any custom themes installed for this, but you can change other things like icon labels, give it custom fonts, select fonts, and things like that if you want to make your fonts look funky. And then there's grayscale icons, which is at the bottom that I just enabled. There's the custom dock. You can choose your own dock if you have that installed. Or select no dock, and then there's battery. You can have battery themes as well. So let's go back out and respring our phone. Let me just show you these grayscale icons. That's pretty much the only thing we'll mess with here. So let's go back out and reload and respring, and there it is, grayscale icons for you black and white aficionados there. Okay, so now what is next here? Springtomize and Notification Center. That is interesting. I don't really have much in Notification Center right now. There are 3 options here. This is Notification Center, of course, for iOS 5. There's Instant Clear, so you can clear out. There's a max line, so you can read an entire email. 30 lines of Notification Center. You can read an entire email in Notification Centers, courtesy of Springtomize. And there's also custom lines and Instant Clear, of course. All right, so we talked about pretty much everything except time machines. Let's talk about time machine. Here is one of the coolest features of the new Springtomize that allows you to completely back up and restore your various states and options, icons, wallpapers, all that good stuff. So first of all, let's do a backup of all of our options. Let's enable Springtomize settings, the wallpaper and icon state, and then we'll do a save and restore here. So you want to, of course, select save, not restore, and then it'll save all the options that you have enabled there. Next, all we need to do is to just reset our iPhone to default. You have the restore options there. We'll talk about all that here in just a second, but what we want to do first is just to reset our iPhone to default settings before we changed it with Springtomize. So just go to the more option here, and once you go to more, you should see where it has reset defaults right there at the bottom. Just tap reset defaults, reset, and then it will automatically respring your phone. Now when I unlock it, it should be fairly back to normal. Some of the icons may be rearranged in certain places, but for the most part, all the settings and things that we changed are back to default. So now, since we have a backup, we can restore that backup and get our old settings back that we had when we had Springtomize configured or customized like we wanted it. So all we need to do is go back to the Springtomize settings panel here, which is right here, and then go back down to the time machine section right there, and then we have the restore option. So you can selectively choose which options you want to restore. You can just do one at a time, or you can do all of them. So once we have all of those enabled, we just tap save and restore, and this time we're going to tap restore, and then it has multiple backups. If you have multiple backups here, there's one of the older ones and there's my newest one, and now just select restore. Once it restores, just go ahead and respring your phone again. Go to reload and respring. And there you go. So you can see it already. All my options that I have with Springtomize are now back, and we saved all of our icon state, we saved all of our Springtomize settings, and restored all of those easily. So this is one of the best parts of the new Springtomize. The time machine is really easy to use. You can selectively enable or disable certain parts, etc. Now before I let you go, let's talk about our more panel here. Under there you'll see settings files. You'll have all the settings, the plist files for your jailbreak apps or tweaks, and you can actually delete those, so you can reset those particular jailbreak apps or tweaks back to default. So I can delete Springtomize, I can delete iFile. If I had some more tweaks installed, I could delete those as well. And then you have mobile substrate add-ons here. This is sort of like SB settings where you can disable or enable certain tweaks and apps that rely on mobile substrate. So that's really cool as well. So ladies and gentlemen, that is a fairly thorough synopsis of the new Springtomize 2. Of course, I didn't cover every single option in incredibly deep detail, but I try to cover as much as possible given the amount of time that we have here. So let me know what you guys think about the new Springtomize 2 in the comment section below. This will be available very shortly. It should be available any minute now on the Cydia store for a price of $2.99. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, folks. This is Jeff with iDownload Blog.